And in response to the violence, President Obama canceled next month's joint U.S.-Egyptian military exercise.
The United States strongly condemns the steps that have been taken by Egypt's interim government and security forces. We deplore violence against civilians. We support universal rights essential to human dignity, including the right to peaceful protest. We oppose the pursuit of martial law, which denies those rights to citizens under the principle that security trumps individual freedom, or that might makes right.
Our Clarissa Ward is with us. She just returned from Egypt, where she spent nearly 2 months covering the political crisis. Clarissa, good morning.
Good morning.
It was extraordinary to see the president yesterday make those comments. Today is a day of rage in Egypt. What's your big concern?
Well, obviously, the big concern is how can you pull back from the brink now? Egypt was always a bulwark of security in the region because it had unity. Where other countries were bogged down by sectarianism and civil war, Egyptians were really bonded and united together by this spirit of togetherness. And now we're seeing that threatened. The very social fabric of this country is being torn apart. Of course, the concern is that an insurgency will now possibly ensue.
And that is the question. We've seen what happens in Syria. You've spent plenty of time in Syria. When we see these pictures, what prevents Egypt from becoming the next Syria?
I don't think we're there yet. This isn't a civil war situation per se yet, but we are looking at Egypt returning to becoming a police state. You're seeing the government and the military cracking down on the Muslim Brotherhood going deep underground. And of course, you're going to see young men who are angry, who feel that they cannot affect change at the ballot box and that the only way to do this is through violence. So, of course, everybody's very worried we're going to see a real swell in the ranks of these extremist groups.
What's the view of the U.S.? I mean, here, this has been our closest ally in the region. We spend anywhere up to $1.5 billion a day. Really, the president canceling these military exercises does not amount to much. We've canceled the orders of F-16s. Does the U.S. look impotent?
I think the U.S. looks confused in terms of what's our policy here. We won't call this a coup, even though it clearly was a coup. We condemn the violence, but we don't take back the aid. I was shocked when I was in Egypt to see how high the level of anti-American is at the moment. The government is really whipping up that sense of fervor in the Egyptian people, saying America supports the Muslim Brotherhood. And I would say to people, where are you getting this from? Why do you see America supporting the Muslim Brotherhood? If anything, we're sort of tacitly supporting what you've been doing by not coming out more harshly against it.
Right, and I should point out I said $1.5 billion a day. Of course, I meant $1.5 billion a year. Clarissa, you've been in Egypt. You're not there yet now, but because you're here in the U.S. to receive an award.
It's not an award. It's an honorary degree, a Doctor of Letters from Middlebury College, and I'm giving the commencement speech at the Languages School, which is tremendously exciting because I'm a total languages dork, so this is like a really exciting moment.
Join the club. Join the club.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you so
Clarissa.
much.